Morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important chapter, that is locomotion and movements. So the introduction of locomotion and movements will be discussed because it's a new chapter. That one we discuss. So in this video, okay, first one we will see first introduction. For example, swimming. You see swimmer, dancer. Okay, so how they are doing dance, or how they swimmers are swimming, because of their muscles, right? Muscles of our body work simultaneously one another with skeleton system to perform various movements. Our muscles have two functions: to generate motion and force. Muscles, all activities are controlled and coordinated by skeletal, muscular and nervous system. How we are swimming or dancing, this all because of our skeleton muscles and the nervous system. The human body is capable of wide range of movements. So blinking of eyes, running 20 kilometers, marathon, movement of organism from one place to another in search for food. So why should two organisms are moving from one place to another place for food, for shelter, for mate, to escape from the enemies? So that movement is called locomotion. Locomotion has evolutionary significance. But see, locomotion is different, movement is different. All movements not locomotions, but all locomotions are movements. So there are types of movements. Number one, different types of movements that occur in the cells of our body are amoeboid, ciliary, flagellary and muscular. Amoeboid movements, ciliary movements, flagellar movements, muscular movements. The different types of movements that occur in the cells of our body. Okay, what are those? Amoeboid, ciliary body, flagellar movements and muscular movements. First, amoeboid movements. Amoeboid movements. Cells such as macrophages exhibit. Which one? Macrophages are there or not? Monocytes. So those macrophages exhibits what? These amoeboid movements for engulfing pathogens by the help of pseudopodia formed by the streaming movement of the cytoplasm. How pseudopodia is forming? Streaming of the cytoplasm. By the help of the pseudopodia, they will engulf the germs. So that is called amoeboid movements. Second one, ciliary movement. This type of movement occurs in the respiratory tract. This type of movement occurs in the respiratory passage and genital tracts. Respiratory passage and genital tracts which are lined by ciliated epithelial cells. Respiratory passage and genital tracts, ciliated epithelial cells. Flagellar movements. This type of movement occurs in the cells which are having flagella or whip-like movements, whip-like motile organelles. For example, you see spams. Spams shows the flagellar movements. So, ciliary movements means, for example, respiratory passage and genital tracts, the air should have to pass, dust particles should have to pass, or egg should have to pass in the cephalopian tubes. That is ciliary movements. Cilia will be helpful for the movements, ciliated epithelial cells. Flagellar movements, sperm movement you see, for example, by the help of flagella that will be moved. Next come to muscular movements. The movement of hands, legs, jaws, okay, are caused by the contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Contraction, relaxation of muscles, which is termed as the muscular movements. Contraction and relaxation of the muscles, which are termed as the muscular movements. The types of muscles. Muscles are specialized tissues. So, what is called? What is the type? How many types of muscles will be discussed? Muscles are specialized tissues which are derived from the embryonic mesoderm. So muscles are coming from which germ layer of embryos? Mesoderm. Muscles are made up of which one? Myocytes, and constitute 40 to 50% of the body weight. So muscles, myocytes, the body weight. That what's the weightage of the muscles in our body? So nearly 40 to 50% of the body weight, our muscles only. So next important thing, what is that one? This muscles. Okay, these muscles. What is importance of these muscles? Helpful for the together by the cells of muscles, connective tissues to form muscular tissue. The muscle cells are classified into three types. What are those? Skeletal muscles, visceral muscles, cardiac muscles. Skeleton, striated muscles which are in our control. Smooth muscles which are not in our control. And cardiac muscles, heart. Okay. So like this, there will be the structure of there will be skeletal muscle also will be discussed. First come to skeletal muscles. Voluntary muscles in our control. Skeletal muscle is attached to the bone by a bundle of collagen fiber known as tendon. Muscle and bone connected with the tendons. You know, small children, 9th, 8th class onwards, you are preparing, knowing about the tendon and ligaments. Muscle and bone connected by collagen fiber known as tendon. Each muscle is made up of bundle of muscle fibers. Each muscle is made up of bundle of muscle fibers. Okay, what do you call the bundle of muscle fibers? Called fascicle, myofibrils. And so, okay, for muscle fibers called bundle of muscle fibers called what you call? Fascicles. Bundle of muscle fibers called fascicles. Each muscle fiber consists hundreds to thousands of rod-like structures called myofibrils. So, muscle fibers consist of myofibrils. Myofibrils. The connecting tissue covering the whole muscle is the whole muscle connected by epimysium. The covering around each fascicle is the perimysium. And each muscle fiber surrounded by endomysium. So, whole muscle epimysium. Okay, fascicle is perimysium. One single muscle fiber is endomysium. They controls the voluntary actions such as walking. What's the use of muscles? Voluntary actions such as walking, running, okay, swimming, writing. Hence the name as what is called voluntary muscles. So by the help of those muscles we are writing, swimming, dancing, playing. So that is the reason they will be called skeleton muscles or voluntary muscles. So what is epimysium? Come on. What is epimysium? The connecting tissue covering the whole muscle is the epimysium. The covering of whole muscle is called epimysium. The muscle fascicle. Fascicle means what? Group of muscle fibers. Right? So that fascicle is covered by perimysium. One single muscle fibril covered by endomysium. Okay. So fibrils covered by endomysium, fascicle covered by perimysium, all muscle covered by epimysium. Now, the structure of skeletal muscle fiber will be seen. The structure of muscle fiber, each muscle fiber is a thin and elongated. What is that one? Each muscle fiber is a thin and elongated. Most of them taper at one end and both ends. Okay, one end of muscle fiber and another muscle fiber end will be joined. Okay, muscle fiber has multiple oval nuclei. Muscle fiber consists of what? Multiple oval nuclei just beneath the plasma membrane. What is another name of plasma membrane? In the muscle terminology, sarcolemma. The cytoplasm of the muscle fiber is called sarcoplasm. So here you see cell is called myofibril. Plasma membrane is called sarcolemma. Cytoplasm is called sarcoplasm. And sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Now, it contains, what is the sarcoplasm consists of? The sarcoplasm consists of glycosomes, myoglobin, and sarcoplasmic reticulum. Myoglobin is a red colored respiratory pigment of the muscle fiber. Very, very important. Myoglobin, an important pigment like hemoglobin. Myoglobin is the pigment, red colored respiratory pigment of the muscle fiber. It is similar to which one? Hemoglobin, and contains the iron group. And contains which one? Iron. You know hemoglobin like that. Hemoglobin also iron is there. Even myoglobin also iron is there. So next, and is affinity towards oxygen and serves as the reservoir of oxygen. What is the function of myoglobin? It connects the oxygen and it stores the oxygen. Which one? Myoglobin. Okay. Next important, the glycosomes are the granules. So glycosomes also there in the sarcoplasmic reticulum. These are the granules stored in the glycogen that provides the glucose during the period of muscle fiber activity. So glycosomes also present in the sarcoplasmic what you call sarcolemma, sarcoplasm, that will be useful for the production of glucose at the time of activity. And actin and myosin muscle proteins present in the muscle fiber. What are those? Actin and myosin. Actin and myosin proteins are there which are present in the muscle fiber. Along the length of each myofiber, there are repeated series of dark and light bands. Dark bands, light bands. Dark, light, light, dark, light, dark, like that. There will be bands are there. The dark band, A band is called anisotropic. I band is called isotropic. Okay, there will be dark and I bands. Anisotropic, isotropic are there. Perfectly aligned with one another. This type of arrangement gives the cell a striated appearance. Each dark band has a lighter region. Each dark band has a lighter region in its middle called H zone. In its middle called H zone. Okay, this is called H zone. What is it? Very important word, ma. Each dark band has a lighter region in its middle called H zone. H means hillis, meaning clear. H zone. This is H zone. Okay, is bisected vertically by a dark line called M line. So this H zone bifurcated by M line. M for middle. Hellis meaning clear. H means hellis. The light band also have a darker line area called Z. So this is Z line, I band. So Z means what? German. Juskensible. Juskensible. What do you call? Juskensible. 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 That means the disc in between the I bands. This I band bifurcated by Z lines. The myofibril contains a contractile element sarcomere. So in between the two Z lines is called sarcomere, which is a functional unit of skeletal muscles. A sarcomere is a region of myofibril between two successive Z discs. It contains a band with a half sarcomere, A band, and two halves of I bands. Inside the sarcomere, two types of filaments present, namely, this is thick filament, thin filament, thick filament, thin filament, thick filament, thin filament. Like that, there will be thick and thin filaments. The thick filaments extend the entire length of A band, thick filament. Okay, whereas the I band partially into the A band. The invagination of the sarcolemma forms the transverse tubules. These are transverse tubules are there, penetrated to the junction between the A and I bands. Okay, now you see the germ layers. How can you say the muscle terminology? Cell, myofibril, plasma membrane, okay, sarcolemma, cytoplasm, sarcolemma, sarcoplasm reticulum, ER, smooth sarcoplasmic what you called? Smooth sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay, like that, endoplasmic reticulum, sarcoplasmic reticulum will be called. Okay, so like this, the structures of contractile proteins actin and myosin will be discussed in the next class. But up to that, you should have to remember the what you called the structure of the skeletal muscles. Once again, will be discussed. The structure of skeletal muscles will be discussed. Each muscle fiber is thin and elongated, most of them taper. Okay, they have plasma membrane. Okay, very important. So there are multiple oval nuclei, plasma membrane, sarcoplasmic reticulum, myoglobin, pigment is there. What is the use of myoglobin? Bit. It's a red colored respiratory pigment of muscle fiber. It is similar to hemoglobin. So myoglobin function what? Similar to hemoglobin. And what is glycosome function, which are present in the sarcoplasmic reticulum? The glycosomes helpful for the store the glucose, helpful for the muscle fiber activity, the glucose. A band, I band. A band is anisotropic, I band is a isotropic, will be present in the muscle fibers. So A band means anisotropic, I means isotropic. What is H zone? So the middle chord. What you called, each dark band has a lighter region in its middle chord, H zone, and H zone is bifurcated by M line, vertically bisected by M line. H means what? Hilly. Hilly means clear. Hilly means clear. M means what? Middle. Z means what? Jusconsickable. 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 That is the most important word. Jet line. The pronunciation is about Jusconsickable. So like that, sarcoplasm. Okay, will be there. Myoglobin is there. Okay, like that there will be structures are there. And if you see, the myofibril contains a contractile element called sarcomere. In between two jet lines, that place is called what? Sarcomere. The sarcomere helpful for what? You know very well. Sarcomere consists of so many what you called jet line, A line, I band, A band. So how can you say define? One A band, two halves of jet I bands or jet lines is called sarcomere. Two successive jet discs in middle, A band with half I band at the end. So A band of I band of I band. The total structure is called sarcomere. So here thin filament, thick filament, thin filament, thick filament, thin, thick, thin, thick. Like that, the arrangement is called the sarcomere. What is the how to term the sarcomere? Sarcomere is the structural and functional unit of the muscle contraction. Sarcomere is the structural and functional unit of the muscle contraction. Like that, each and every muscle will be like that only. So tomorrow's class, what we will be discussing is, in the tomorrow's class we will be discuss about the what is actin and what is protein. Myosin. Actin is made with what? Actin is made with what you call fibrous globular filamentous globules. Okay, globular actin, filamentous actin. Okay, tropionin, tropomyosin. Like that parts will be there. That one will be discussed later. But here the bits what? What is the full name of JED? JED means what? I told just now. I told. What is that one? Jusconsickable. Jusconsickable. What is H zone? H means what? Hilly. And what is I? Dark bands. What is I bands? Light bands are bifurcated with I lines. A bands isotropic. A bands anisotropic. So the light bands are called I. The dark bands are called A. So like this, there will be bands are there. What are the functions of glycosomes? Stores the glucose. Like that. What is the myoglobin? It's like a pigment, muscle pigment, which stores the oxygen. And what is a sarcoplasm? The cytoplasm of the muscle is called sarcoplasm. And what is sarcoplasmic reticulum? The endoplasmic reticulum of muscle is called sarcoplasmic reticulum. So like that, what is specialized tissue? The muscle tissue is specialized tissue from which germ layer arised? That is arised from mesoderm. Like that, each and every bit is very important for the NEET point of view. So you should have to remember how many types of movements ciliary movements, amoeboid movements, flagellar movements, muscular movements. You should have to remember.